of all this, Mika, is that, again, the last thing, so the reason Republicans didn't want to have a 1-6 hearing is because they wanted to move forward. They didn't want to talk about what happened on January the 6th. So what do you have? The Republican National Committee talking about January the 6th. And as Mitt Romney said, it's just a stupid thing to do.
Yeah.
And so you've got a president, a former president, who has to look back, because if he looks forward, then everybody understands in the party that he's admitting what we all know, that he lost. And he doesn't want to do that because he thinks then the parade just moves on. So he's literally trying to drag the party back and continuing to fight a battle that was over long ago instead of looking what's in front of him. Just, again, not a shock, but for his own self-interest. Certainly not for the interest of the party, and they all know that. All they have to do is look at Chuck Schumer. He runs the Senate now. Why does he run the Senate now? Because Donald Trump really did more to get in the way of Mitch McConnell being majority leader than anyone with the way he behaved during the Georgia runoffs.
Right.
I mean, Donald Trump helped elect 2 Democrats to the United States Senate and make Chuck Schumer the leader of the Senate. So that's all on him. Not
only is it Republican self-sabotage that we've all witnessed many times over, but the problem is that it would be great to move on. Nobody wants to move on more than practically everybody covering this or in it. But when we're talking about issues pertaining to, like, the core of our democracy, it's kind of hard. You have to, I mean, our guest yesterday on our show said, please don't let up on the outrage because this can't continue. It leads America in a very bad direction. Well, I mean, so unfortunately, you know, stupid Republican talk is what we have to cover.
Well,
Republican hypocrisy is what we have to cover. Republicans pretending that January 6th didn't happen is what we have to cover. Republicans censuring one of their own or 2 of their own for using their voices in defense of our democracy is kind of what we have to cover. Well, it's very boring. It is getting repetitive.
And also this past weekend, when you had Mike Pence actually calling out Donald Trump, that's also something
huge
that we need to recover because that was a big moment.
Yeah, it was. Former South Carolina governor and UN ambassador under Donald Trump, Nikki Haley, is calling out Mike Pence. She praised the former vice president for not overturning the election, but took issue with him for saying this.
President Trump is wrong. I had no right to overturn the election.
Look, Mike Pence is a good man. He's an honest man. I think he did what he thought was right on that day. But I will always say, I'm not a fan of Republicans going against Republicans because the only ones that win when that happens are the Democrats and the media.
Yes.
11th commandment. We hear
Nikki
this.
Haley is definitely not a fan of Republicans going after Republicans.
Don't do it.
No way.
Your rhino governor, Brian Kemp, who's been a complete disaster on election integrity.
Well, I think President Trump's always been opinionated that, you know, just because he left being president, that's not going to stop.
Donald Trump blasted Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell as a dour, sullen, and unsmiling political hack who doesn't have what it takes.
For all of you that are going to ask about 2020, no, I'm not running for 2020. I can promise you what I'll be doing is campaigning for this one. So I look forward to supporting the president in the next election.
Jeff Flake was a chairman of a committee, and Paul Ryan also retired this cycle. So why do you think that is? Whose fault is it that there was so many retirements?
In Jeff Flake's case, it's me, pure and simple. I retired him. I'm very proud of it. I did the country a great service.
If he runs again in 2024, will you support him?
Yes.
Let's just let that.
You don't criticize Republicans. She's against it. And so Ronald Reagan's 11th commandment. Republicans don't attack Republicans. And so she's criticizing Mike Pence, but never once criticized Donald Trump for attacking Republicans, I don't think.